Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 4 of Ghost of Yotei. This is Reg with PAX Area Gaming, and let's get started. So we have a number of things we want to accomplish in this episode. And for full disclosure, I have been doing some things off screen, just so you know. Nothing major. I'll try to stay away from the main quests, although I think I might have accidentally started one. Whenever you go to one of the gold icons on the map, that's a main sort of quest. And it sort of pulls you right in, which is odd. Because I guess unless you walk away from the character who's talking to you at the time, I think it's a little bit difficult to sort of stop it once it starts. I know you've heard me say this before, but this is an incredibly beautiful game. Graphics are great. Looks great on my PS5. Watching it on an 80-inch TV. Awesome. Looks good on PC as well. Okay, so let's go butt in over here. Yeah, I still haven't really mastered the whole picking things up. My understanding is you don't actually have to aim it. If you just pick it up and hit X, it'll sort of auto-aim at your enemy. That's my understanding. I have to try it. I haven't tried it yet. So, you know, the time it takes you to aim is a little crazy when you pick one of those, whether it's a spear or a sword up.
あんた女だったんだ。昔武家屋敷で働いててね、奥方様は薙刀の使い手だった。侍に仕えたのか。随分と前にね、旦那様が戦で撃たれて、奥方様は屋敷を守って亡くなった。その後オラはここへ。蝦夷地も戦に飢えた男どもばかりだったけどね。妖帝六人衆か。あいつらのこと知ってるか。聞きかじったことだけ。鬼について知ってるか。石狩ヶ原にはあいつの手勢がいてね。鬼に従うゲスどもだ。自ら鬼面隊と名乗ってる。聞いた話じゃ、小樽ヶ丘で宝禄玉職人を探してるって。宝禄玉か。様子を見に行ってもいいかもな。用心するんだよ。それと、助けてくれて恩に着る。
Okay, so we have the bomb maker and another reference to the Oni, who we will be dealing with in the not too distant future. So you probably will see me clear out a couple of the enemy camps. I guess I can't run through there. But you won't see me do all of them because they will get repetitive, like in a lot of these games, this type of game, as well as like the Assassin's Creed games. If you've seen one, you've sort of seen them all. You clear out the camp and then your people move in. You loot the place. So I'll do a few of them. And then after that, I'll sort of do them on my own because it takes me a long time because I'm using stealth for almost all of them. You know, it gives you an opportunity to do a standoff. But I don't tend to do that. I like using my bow and arrow to pick people off. So, this old guy, I could not figure out how to deal with the birds. I see an icon up there. So I tried to shoot them. And apparently the game doesn't want me to do that. I'm sure I hit that, and it's not registering. And I want to use all my arrows since that's my primary weapon. I wasn't sure whether it wanted me to climb up. So, old guy, I may be back to help you out once I figure out what to do. But right now, I'm going to move on. Oh, I guess I'm going to follow the bird. That's probably taking me to the next area I had marked on my map anyway. Okay, I guess I didn't need the horse after all. Okay, no, this is definitely not the next area I had marked on my map. Oh, it's a bamboo strike. All right, cool. I think we'll probably end up doing a few of these in this episode.
そうだとしても使えやしない。
何を言いたいんだ？
俺の父は鍛冶師だな。竹は壁だと教えてくれた。剣士と心を隔てる壁だと。一振りごとに剣士は刀とつながり、やがて心も磨かれて調和が生まれる。
クソみたいな話だな。
なら見てろ。
They seem to be becoming a little bit more plentiful than they were in the earlier episodes. Which is great. I need my spirit to increase. If you guys wonder why it takes me so long to do these, it's because I'm trying to memorize. And I think you only have a second to do all of these, which I think is not enough time. I really don't. Especially one like that where it's the L1. That's okay. Eventually, you learn, you get a little muscle memory. There we go. Okay, so and I promise if we ever have to do more than like 5 of them, I'll edit out the early ones just so you won't see me struggle my way through some of these. I'm assuming they'll get more complicated as the game goes on.
細工しやがったな。
怪我しちまう前に刀を置きな。
まあいいや、生蔵だしな。
I haven't been using a lot of dyes and stuff like that. I pick up, I think in a lot of these games you just pick up any of the things that you see. Bamboo, young bamboo, any of the flowers and stuff like that. That's certainly one of the recommendations for what you should do first in the game is always pick these things up. If you're not going to use them, you can always sell them. I haven't sold anything yet. And my inventory hasn't filled up, so I don't know whether there is a max or not. Okay, what we're doing is we're heading towards one of those camps that we're going to clear. Oh, wait, nope. We're not going to do that yet because the yellow bird wants to take us. That's not where... I don't think the yellow bird is heading to that camp. I think the yellow bird is heading to the wolf den. She said she... Well, we'll see if we can... Yeah, here are the wolves, and I see the yellow bird. Follow the yellow bird. been doing... Oh, okay, it's going to be right under this little undercropping. That's where the other one was. I'm going to do as many of these as I can because I want to max out the wolf thing. This is the Great Mountain Wolf Den. So what you do is you go and you look at one of the bodies, the wolf growls at you, he sniffs the air and then takes off. And then you have to follow him because he's very fast. He's a lot faster than the foxes. At least with the wolf, I can use my horse without fearing I'm going to run him over. The foxes, I end up running after them. Actually, and sometimes they climb or jump down cliffs and stuff, so I wouldn't use the horse there anyway. But the wolf just runs. I mean, obviously he's running past stuff I probably should be paying attention to. But I'm afraid to stop. I don't know whether he'll stop if I stop and wait for me, like some of the NPCs do. So I'm just going with him. I think horses can probably outrun wolves in real life. Okay, so this must be where one of his little wolf partners is located. So we're going to... This usually doesn't work out for me, especially with the wolf. We're going to go in and try to stealth kill at least 1 or 2 people. And then we end up fighting like 4 or 5 other ones. But I don't see any people, so this is a different one. This is different. All the other ones, there were people around. Huh. This is different. So I'm just gonna loot the hell out of you guys since you're not here. No, this is way too easy. Okay, I'm gonna guess that when we release the little wolf that's in the cage, these guys are gonna show up. Alright, let's go. Yep, there you have it. Now, do I have 2 wolves at my command or not? Yeah, the black wolf is fighting too. Okay. Alright. Wow. Yeah, okay. Both of them are fighting. Okay, he's already dead. I really should focus on going to the guys that the wolf is attacking. That seems to be the... That was a lot easier than I thought. So some of these I might do when we're exploring the world and not doing a particular quest. But I'll always do them if they show up along the way to the main quest. Right? So you'll see me do a few of them. I don't know whether you'll see me do all of them. But we won't worry about that just yet. Yeah, let's just go. Trying to figure out. All right, we'll do this increased stagger damage. Eventually I'll get all of these. And the good thing is you only get them from doing the wolf dens, so you won't have to worry about using your any of your technique points for something other than techniques. You won't have to use them for the wolf. You will have to use them for the horse though, but you don't have to use them for the wolf, which is good. I always pick one of these things up for no reason, and I rarely use them during the fights. Again, if I ever remember to tap square once I grab one, then I'll probably use them more frequently. All right. Where were we off to before we were so rudely interrupted? We've been to those places. We haven't been there. Okay, we can get a new technique here. I should probably check out that garden eventually. It's on the map for a reason. I'm guessing it's just not there to put a spot on the map. There must be something there. Maybe a charm or something like that. I don't know how close you can get to those enemies before they sort of start running after you. So we're going to go over here and clear this camp out. I don't think there's anything that's going to pop up between here and there, which is good. I don't mind the pop-ups. I think they're good. It's just that if I'm looking at my notes saying, well, here's what I'm going to do, I'm not always sure. So this is the Outcrop Homestead. And we're going to attempt to liberate this camp. It's not the same size as the first one we did. I don't know whether they're all the same size or not. I doubt it. But I think what it does is it gives you sort of an opportunity to get used to coming up with a strategy for how you're going to liberate each of these camps. And there's lots of ropes you can walk on, but it's a little interesting because you would think that the occupants would see you in broad daylight walking across a rope. I mean, if you're doing it at night, I get it. They might not see you. But in the daytime, I don't know how they can not see you. So I haven't tried walking across the ropes yet. I've been hiding in the tall grass. Maybe getting an assassination here and there. But I usually work from the edges of the camp inward, taking out whatever enemies. They don't seem to notify each other when one dies. And having the Yumi, which is the armor-piercing bow, I think is really, really helpful for something like this. You have a lot more range than the first bow that you got. And it's not max upgraded. I think I've upgraded it once. See, and this was probably because I didn't get a headshot. I sort of missed the... So it works well if you can get headshots. It works less well if you are not aiming for the head, even when they're wearing these helmets. And distance may play a role as well, but and they always blow the horns, I guess, as a warning or calling for help, but no one ever comes. Whatever the number is, you guess maybe 10 or 12 people in these camps, that number never really changes. In other games I've played, you have enemies riding by and they hear the alarm and then they come in and they help. That's not true in this game. At least, not yet. The one thing about firing from the tall grass is you really have to get to the edge of the grass because there's no outline of the enemy Again, at least not yet. Maybe it's something that's unlockable later. Okay, that's a kill. The other thing is I haven't gotten a lot of assassinations from these guys walking into the tall grass, because typically what they do is they walk towards me, and I don't get the prompt to assassinate. If I follow them and I run up behind them, I'll get the prompt. And there is a technique point that will allow you to extend the length of time for your concentration in terms of aiming. I don't think I need it yet. Okay, that one didn't show the red X as a kill, but the Onryo How increased, which means it was a kill. Okay, they might be more than 12. I think I've killed 4 of these guys already. That's number 5. No, maybe not. Number 6. Yeah, these aren't really crowded camps, so you figure there's always going to be a guy posted at the gate. There doesn't seem to be any towers in this particular camp. That's not true for all camps. But in this one, there's not someone on high watching. It's usually someone posted at the gate. If you take the guys out who are posted at the gate, then you can just work your way from that. There's also usually a squeeze through. We don't need the sake jar. There's usually a squeeze through where you... Okay, I hear someone talking, which means this... So this side of the camp we haven't been to because there's an entrance off to my right. So we did the entrance to my left, and then we did one in the back, but we haven't done the one on this side. So if there are 4, if you think about it, north, east, south, and west, then we've done south and west. Oops. Okay. Okay, so this is one of these, I have to sort of unlock the assassinate brute thing because I get another critical strike. And it's still, did it kill him? No. Okay. So yeah, I need to unlock that because I don't want to spend 3 strikes trying to kill 1 brute. Or I assume he's a brute. But I can get one. I can get a kill with the howl. Takes him out the other guy. That's the other thing about this, is which I find odd. Like, he's making all this noise. I don't know what he's saying. Maybe he's yelling for help. And no one shows up. Although I killed everyone on this side of the camp, so maybe that's why they didn't show up. So let's finish up the outcrop homestead by taking care of the east and the north. Some of these camps have prisoners in it, and if you release the prisoner, they'll help you fight. The problem is the prisoner is usually smack dab in the middle of the camp. or homestead as they're calling these. Which means you really have to stealth your way to the middle part to untie the person. Well, first of all, kill the person who's guarding him or her, then untie them and have them fight with you. So I haven't shown one of those yet, but I will show one of those. And I think, let's see, I think I've only done 1 or 2 camps. I haven't done a lot of camps. I don't think I've died in any of them yet, but I suspect that I'm going to die in a few of them. Especially if I don't go around and do my now way thing and kill everybody in the camp before facing off against the final person. Sometimes you just don't know where they are. I mean, I try to scope them out, and the other game you can mark them all, so it makes it a little bit easier. And this one, so far, I can't do that. So it's a matter of okay, there is a tower. All right, apparently there's only one tower. We'll assume that that tower is maybe front of the place. So what I did was I climbed onto the roof. I guess I one-shotted him. Yeah, he's dead. Okay, this guy, someone sees me. Messed that up. Got him that time. Okay, he didn't actually see me. Yeah, the reason that my horse is over there is because I made a mistake and called him. I don't know how to send them away once I do that. Yeah, I didn't mean to call him. Okay, I can get an assassinate. I don't know where the other... just as I jumped down, I saw where the other guy was. He didn't apparently see me off his friend, so we're going to climb right back up. We're going to do the same thing again if he comes over to investigate. Well, he's calling for help, so maybe he did see. So there's 1, 2, I think only 3 guys left. Okay, make it 2. Okay, so he's guarding the entrance, but where's the other guy? I think there's one more. Yeah, there must have been one more. Because once you, yeah, there he is. Once you get the assassinate, well, if I don't continually goof them. Actually, no, I hear someone else. Okay, he wasn't the last one. Also, when you assassinate the last one, then you'll get the cutscene. Basically showing that you've defeated the homestead. Okay, I goofed that one. Did I? No, I guess not. I got an Unreal point for it. Yeah, okay, I did goof that, because what I meant to do was to jump down and assassinate this guy. Now I gotta end up fighting. Hopefully I don't end up dying, because that would mean I have to do this whole thing again. Where's the damn wolf when I need him? Oh, okay, there's a third guy. Someone shooting arrows. So there should be 2 left, this guy and the arrow guy. Okay, should be the arrow guy. I need to put that guy out of his misery. Okay. Yeah, you can't hit them when they're on the ground. You can only end their suffering by stabbing them in the back. There we go. Okay. And typically they have an altar in these homesteads. So hopefully this one has one. I don't remember seeing one. If there is one, you'll spawn right next to it. Yep, there it is. Okay, so it looks like all of the homesteads have altars. So a motivating factor in terms of completing the homesteads. It's easy to run past them. It's not like the enemies come out there and chase you. So if you didn't feel like going through, 20 minutes of fighting your way through a camp or a homestead, you don't have to, but remember you're leaving an altar. The altar will not activate if the enemies are still there. So the only way you can interact with the altar is by taking out the enemies in the camp, in the homestead. So just keep that in mind, that yeah, you can run past them, but you're going to be leaving an altar. And I think so far I've gotten every altar, including the surprise altar. Actually, a little bit later. I won't spoil it this early, but there's an altar that I think is easily missable. Actually, quite a few of these are missable. I'm not talking about the ones in the homesteads. The ones in the homesteads are only missable if you don't complete the homestead. But there's some obscure ones that you wouldn't really know are there unless you spoke to an NPC like this guy.
よく切れるぞ。
近くに稽古台を置いてきたから試し切りしたきゃ使いな。
We can increase our spirit. He's sending us to a bamboo strike. Which is interesting because you talk to them, they do that, and then they make you take a map piece and go through this whole map exercise, which is, why not just have it show up on the map? Maybe there's something I can change in one of the settings that allows it to just show up on the map when they tell you. But, playing a puzzle game with the map pieces, I don't really understand that. It's cute the first time. By the time you get to the third or fourth one, it's no longer cute. As always, I'm just making sure I scoured everything out of this homestead. And then go ahead to the bamboo strike. Occasionally, there's an NPC or two that will talk to you and give you some other little hint. But in this one, it looks like there's only just one. Okay, there's the bird. I wonder if there's hunting in this game. Like I haven't I haven't actually tried to kill any of the deer or whatever those animals are that are running. Okay, we have a little audience. We have a couple of foxes. For our bamboo strike. Interesting. Okay, you little foxes, you guys haven't gotten me a charm yet. If I do this, will you send me to get a charm? Oh, and we have a cub. Wow. Okay, that's different. A little cup standing behind me. Okay, little animals, bear with me. In real life, they don't let you do that. We have foxes all throughout this neighborhood, and they don't let you get that close to them. If they do, then they're sick, and you shouldn't get close to them. Plus, I have a dog who, I guess, they sense the dog's urine, and so they tend to stay away.
弓から矢筒まで自慢の品ばっかりやで。新しい品入ったで。見ていかへん？
Don't know why I'm talking to Ren. There are no upgrades I can do. And I think when you fast travel like that, your armor refill. Oh, well, we can upgrade the capacity. I think your ammo refills. Okay, so we can increase the capacity of fire arrows. I don't think I've used any of those yet. But I would definitely be looking to increase the capacity of the heavy arrows.
流浪人か。
地図のご入り用地をお察ししますばって。新しか地図ばご所望ですか。どうぞ来いば。
We're going to buy all the maps. Ultimately, they're pretty cheap. So every time we see this guy, we should just buy the maps. Some of the items you can find without the maps. Some of these other ones are a little bit obscure, and I'm not sure I would have ever found it without the map. But it's funny because anything you see that looks like is climbable probably is, and it probably means there's something up there that you should investigate.
Shibaki! Yuke, Shibaki!
Okay, so we're going to follow this map piece to the stone, I think it's called the Stone Spire hideout. And of course, along the way, we see someone over here. Should I? Yeah.
やっと見つけたぞ。この万十郎、人呼んで蝦夷地の熊。いずれ斎藤様に仕える侍として再び勝負を申し込む。
よーく考えろ、万十郎。
お主の素性は分かっておる。手配書きを見た。斎藤様の賞金首だ。その首を持ち帰れば、拙者も晴れて侍になれる。
斎藤は悪党だ。そんな奴の下で剣を振るうのか。
ああ、拙者は何者だ。松前の侍からしてみりゃ土くれと変わらん。 だが斎藤様は違う。どんな生まれであっても皆を受け入れてくださる。拙者は命を尽くすのみ。
斎藤が受け入れるのはてめえを使い捨ての肉だと思ってるからだ。それでも死にたいってんなら望み通りにしてやる。
I'm guessing we'll see Manjaro again. Hopefully he does not end up fighting for Saito. Because that would mean I might end up having to kill him. Okay. We're going to butt in again. Well, I guess the reason for doing this is that you always get some valuable intel from these guys if you save their life. And this one seems easier. There's only 3 people. Yeah, I don't have... Okay, sorry, it's 4 people. Yeah, one of the things that I probably am going to do, if not in this episode, it'll be in the next one, is to unlock another weapon type. I said I wanted to get the Kasurigama, and then the spear, or the, I think it's called the Yarrow or Yari. Because these shielded guys are really difficult to break. And I think if you unlock one of those weapons, it gives you sort of a jump kick, which knocks the character down.
人の手を加えずそのままにしないと育ってくれない。
ああ、本土でも珍しいキノコだ。見つけたとしても、こことは味が違う。
本土で戦った？
てめえもそうなんだろ。
戻りたくない。俺は
ただのキノコ取りだったな。
腹は減ったか？みんな例の代わりに飯に誘う。そうだよな。キノコを食べよう。
俺が火を焚く。
エゾ地の生まれか？
ああ。だが長いこと離
Is he
れ
making the woman
どれ
cook?
くらい？
ここの飯が恋しくなるほど。
He definitely is making the woman cook. 'Cause he's sitting over there just chilling. She said she'd start a fire, not that she would cook the mushrooms.
キノコ、うまかったぞ。
火に当たれば傷が癒えて、飯を食えば気性が上がる。
誰に教わった？
胃袋だ。
That's cute.
道中気をつけろよ。
I definitely don't camp enough. You know, because there seems to be enough. I mean, you unlock an absolute shit ton of fast travel spaces in this game. I'm very surprised by that. So you're never really far away from a fast travel point. And if you do, then just camp somewhere, right? And then you have it. Okay. So we reached our destination. We need to get up there. And we see the little statue, so we know that the altar is up here somewhere. But this looks far more complicated than all the other ones we've done. There is that. Okay, so it looks like it wants you to jump up, swing across, I'm not sure what that's for. Because once you swing across, I don't know why you would need to go to other outcropping, but we'll find out. I'm making myself dizzy here. Just so you know, the first 2 times I did this, I did drop down. I didn't die, but I did drop down. I was mistiming the swing and the release. I also thought I could lower the rope a little bit, but apparently not. So, okay, so some of these look like they're going to be a little puzzly in terms of what you need to do, which is fairly interesting because the first few were pretty easy. I'm talking about the altars that are out in a sort of out in the world and not in one of the homesteads. Okay, this was what we saw. We can go up and we can go across. Let's go across first since this is right here. Do not wake the bear, especially with music. He hates that. Okay, so through the magic of editing, you didn't get to see me struggle with this one. But what this wants you to do is to wake the bear by playing music. I went through this like 3 or 4 times, trying to figure out, well, what's going on. There's a ladder that this gentleman will kick down once you wake him up.
礼はする。妖帝6人衆のことを知ってたら教えてくれ。
This is one of the harder ones to figure out, by the way.
お前、ひょっとしてその首に賞金がかかってないか？
俺にとっちゃ知ったことじゃねえよ。
そうかい。金はいらんぜ。偉そうに振る舞う小物なぞ。俺もヘドが出るほど嫌いでね。だが知らんふりをするのがお互いのためだ。
それでいい。
さて、用事があるんでそろそろ立たねばならん。大沼で勝負を挑まれてるんだが面倒でな。お前もここで寝てみるといい。この地蔵のそばだとなんだかよく眠れるぜ。見知らぬ野郎が起こしさえしなければな。
Okay, so now you go down and you'll have access to the ladder that we saw earlier that was just sort of laying down. So you wouldn't have been able to access that until you play the music. There's no other way up there. So yeah, this one was fairly tricky. That's the ladder that we saw laying around at the top, but there was no way to access it. And so now you've unlocked it. It's pretty easy. You climb to the top. And the altar should be up there. Okay, so we can't. Doesn't look like we can actually take a nap up here. It doesn't give you the prompt to camp, which is interesting, because otherwise I would have just camped and waited until nightfall. Okay, so next up is a serious task of climbing Mount Yotei. This is, I gotta be honest with you, this is probably one of the best climbs to a shrine in either this game or the previous one. I don't know what the real Mount Yotei looks like. I was in Japan, but not visiting Mount Yotei. And I'm guessing that, that a mere mortal wouldn't be able to just scale the mountain either, so... But it's incredibly impressive, and the atmospherics are amazing. So, I mean, you're starting out, there's a little bit of fog on the ground, which sort of makes sense as you continue to climb. And I guess mountaineers and people who actually climb mountains might be able to attest to this. I don't climb mountains, so I can't attest to it. But these little crevices and places you can go through, I guess this is just for loading screen purposes. And when you come out, you're at a cliffside looking over the valley below. But here's the thing, you still have a hell of a lot to climb, right? This is still not exactly the base of the mountain, but you're not even close to the peak. So the good thing is that if you die, I guess you don't really die. If you sort of fail, you end up back where the fail point, which I like. I mean, it would be absolutely cruel to make you have to start from the base of this mountain to climb back up again if you should die. So it's split into these little sections. Like this is an obvious one, right? Because you have to time your jump. Because you know these little rocks are going to cause you to slide, right? We learned that earlier in the game. So the question for you then becomes, okay, well, how do I get across? It's certainly too big of a jump to make. How do I get to the rope on the other side? You know, this is where we came from, right? We crossed that thing to get to this side. We can't reach that rope from where we are. So the only logical thing is, yeah, we do have to jump, try to make it to the other side, but if we don't, it looks like we're going to have to grapple, which I'm terrible at. Almost missed that grapple. I'm really ass at grappling. Just really, really, really bad at it. I guess if I want to make it to the top of this mountain, I need to get better at it. So, anyway. We have another one. This one has nothing to grapple onto, but there's an outcropping on the other side. Looks like you have to jump to it. Jump. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it looks like you had to time your jump so that you can end up on the non-sliding part. Atsu must have some serious upper body strength. Actually, she must, because she uses a heavy-ass katana. And I know they're heavy because I have one. They are not light weapons. They're not like fencing swords. I mean, they're really heavy. definitely meant as a two-handed weapon. You know, I will say, you know, watching this on an 80-inch TV, you do get a little bit queasy when you look down, which is why I haven't been looking down a lot. Because it makes you feel like you're actually climbing. I mean, like you're actually up here. I'm not afraid of heights, but, you know, when you feel like you don't have any control over what happens should you fall, it makes you a lot more nervous. Right? I climbed up onto my roof with a roofer, and he was walking around like it was no big deal. And I'm thinking, oh my God, it's so high up here. It wasn't really high, but it felt really high. He says, well, if you fall, you're not going to kill yourself. I'm thinking, well, no, I'll probably just break things. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I think the game wants me to... Okay, yeah, I think the game wants me not to do that. Okay, so let's look at this again. I think the game wants me to jump onto that line. Okay. Actually, I think the game wanted me to grapple on to that line to be more accurate. Took me a while to figure that out. It's like, okay, do I jump onto it? But then the grapple icon popped up just in time. I mean, you really do have like less than a second for your brain to register that and click the input button. I'm guessing it's the same thing. Yep. Okay, now we have snow-covered rock because we're getting further and further up. Mount Yotei apparently is a volcano. I don't know whether science calls it an active volcano. The last time it erupted was like 13,000 years ago. And I don't know whether there are steps cut into it like this. I don't know how accurate this is. But I know in China, this would be pretty... It's probably true in Japan as well, because they built temples and stuff in the mountains, which I find absolutely astonishing. The time it would have taken to do this is just amazing to me. Okay, yep. My goof. I was trying to turn forward and jump on that next one, but it doesn't really want you to do that. So you'll be sideways like this when you jump. See, I was trying to turn forward and jump, but it's not going to let you do that. So, okay. That was fortunate, because I was actually trying to jump onto that pole and then jump onto this. I missed the pole totally. Yeah, this is crazy high. I'm also guessing if someone was really mountain climbing Yotei, they wouldn't be able to do it in mere minutes. Right? It would take a lot longer. This is one of those climbs where you need to camp overnight. Which is, I guess, why you have the little rest areas. Okay, jump across again. And yeah. Alright. let's try this again. So we need to jump across, time it right. I didn't want to edit all of this out, so I wanted you guys to actually see that it's not as easy as it might appear to be. There we go. Actually, no, it doesn't even appear to be easy, so I'm not gonna say that. This is one of the more difficult to reach areas in the game so far. No, but you got to figure that it must be worth it, right? Wow, that was lucky. Very lucky. Okay, get my act together. There we go. Okay, we have another one we have to jump across. So we should jump going forward and then slide down, then jump again. Jump, jump. There we go. This is absolutely dizzying. Is this the summit? Why is this little flag here? Ah, the flag is here because it's going to make you do something impossible. Right? You can't jump across. I see... I see a line going across down below, which means we're going to have to grapple. I didn't die, but I missed the grapple the first time. And I missed that item the first time. Grapple, grapple. Okay. Jump here. Jump there, and then we climb. Atsu really wants what the hell's up here. Because I would have said, like, yeah, you know, it's this beautiful time for me to go back down now. This is going to be a grapple.
久しく人が訪れてない。時に飲まれた場所のようだ。
Collecting a lot of resources. It's going to be a jump, 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 jump.
お母たちが言ってた護符はまだあるはず。
That'd be another one of those slide jump things. Let's grab this stuff. Atsu. You bring warm, cold weather clothes. So cold as hell up here. Okay. So we have a shrine. Wow. This is pretty amazing. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. It's beautiful. It is incredibly beautiful. But I guess Mother's charm. Okay, so we got a charm. Oh, where did we pick up Father's charm? Or did we get both of them at the same time? I don't remember stopping. I don't remember getting that, actually, unless we just got them both, which is possible, since she referenced her mother and her father as she was climbing the mountain. Okay. We need to unlock some more shrines. Some more charms. Okay, yeah, that's what happened. So we had Mother's charm and Father's charm from doing this. That is how we get down, which we're not going to do yet because we're gonna walk around the caldera to see whether or not there's anything else we're missing. And then I wonder whether there's anything at the bottom of the caldera. Otherwise, why go through all of this? I guess we can camp up here. Yep. I don't know that we really needed to. It's not like we're fighting anything up here, unless there's a Yeti hidden somewhere. Yeah. This was sort of a little bit of a waste of resources for me to do that. So I got some spirit back, but I'm not going to really need it. We haven't seen a single enemy since we started ascending this mountain. There's another altar thing across the way. So we're going to make our way around this caldera. I see there are a number of slide down points as well, which certainly bears out that there's something down there that we need. How the hell we're going to get back up is a different story. But I have no qualms about fast traveling out of here. Because I think working my way back down, I will definitely die. Although there are enough of these little slide down points, but I don't know whether you would slide down and slide right off the mountain or whether you always are going to slide down to a safe spot. When we're climbing the mountain, the slide downs would always reboot you back to where you started sliding, so I don't really know whether that would work. This looks like the Rocky Mountains, actually. Well, not the caldera, but the snowpack. Reminds me of Winter Park. That's out in Colorado. Pillar of the Fallen. So, huh. We have a katana. Starlight Abyss. Interesting. All right. It's good to know. I don't think I've found a lot of weapons in the game. And, yep, way down below in the center of the caldera, it looks like there's a, something down there. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. This is incredibly beautiful. Okay, well, if we can walk down, I guess we can actually walk back up. I thought the only way down was sliding down, But no, it looks like we can walk down. So if we wanted to walk out instead of fast traveling, we can walk out. There's an altar over there. Actually, I think it did say there was an altar. That was why we started this little process in the first place. Right? This was one of the... Was it one of the maps? Altar of reflection. So we're going to get this altar, which is great. I feel really good because there are plenty of them. I mean, I was worried that there wouldn't be enough and that you'd have to have multiple playthroughs in order to unlock everything, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Even though there's still weapon types we haven't unlocked yet. I think the kunai is something else we haven't unlocked yet. Too bad you can't save these up. When you get to an altar, that you can't take it and sort of save them. And I'm guessing you can't reset them either. So once you unlock something, you really do need to sort of work your way towards being able to upgrade it or to unlock more techniques. I always look through these to sort of see. Yeah, I haven't invested a lot in the whole survival thing. I'm not worried about safe fall for the moment. Or the range things for the moment. But my intention is to unlock all of this stuff. Yeah, Slaughter Leader seems like it's a good one. Yeah, my intention is to definitely unlock everything. Yeah, like I said, we're not climbing out of here. So we're going to fast travel to the next closest point to our next objective. So we're going to try to start the Oni quest. My suspicion is it's a multiple part quest, so we probably aren't going to finish that in this episode. But at least we'll get it going. Yep, I don't want to do another standoff, so we're going to give them a little bit of a wide berth. Okay, we seem to have something ahead. That was not on our map. So let's approach cautiously. Okay. Meeting the Ainu again. We met them earlier in the game. They seem to be peaceful people.
緒にクエシノやろうよ。
もうわらべと遊ぶ年じゃない。
アイコロが言ってた。大人も遊ばなきゃダメだって。ほら来て。こっちだよ、ウナラペ。
ここ来たことがある。
おとう、
なんだ。
あっちの子と遊んでいいけ。
難しい遊びだぞ。できるか？
すぐ上手くなら。
負けんぞ。おとう、いら。
わらべでいられるのも今だけだ。
わかった。だけんアイコロと話をつけるまでだぞ。
すぐ戻ら。
俺が先。
またけ。いつもそうじゃん。
分かったよ。恥をかいたって知らんぞ。
やってもいいだと。
I guess I wasn't finished with the memory.
どうやって遊ぶで？
いいか、ぶら下がってる輪と俺たちが投げる輪がある。3つ輪を射抜ければ勝ち。6つすべて射抜けたらちょっとは見直しちゃうかもね。
まあ見とけし。
言うな、目のコポ。みんな始めるよ。
Okay, I'm gonna guess that I get a charm for doing this stuff. Guess there's no real bonus points.
今のはわけはねえら。
うるせ。
だからいっつら恥かくぞって。
後で覚えとけし。
Wow. I can't believe I missed those.
これでおしまいだ。
The flying ones I get, but the ones that were stationary, I guess I could have taken my time.
恥かくんじゃねえけ。
楽しめればそれでいいってアイコロが言ってた。
何をしている？子供は下がれ。
アイコロ、心配いらないよ。
アイコロ？てめえか。
あったことが？
わらべでいられるのも今だけだ。幾年も前、てめえはお父にそう言った。
ケンゴの娘なのか？確かあの夜。いや、大きくなったな。
そうだな。俺はもうあの頃のわらべじゃない。
当時に戻ってみるか。ほら、こっち。どれほど腕が上がったか見せてくれ。
矢を貸してくれ。
ゆっくりでいい。子供たちが喜んでいたぞ。この宝を
At
渡
least
して
that's
くれ
one
と
better than
頼ま
the
れ
first time.
また遊んでやってくれ。
礼を言うが、また遊んでもいいものなのか？これはわらべの遊びだろう。
そうかもしれんが、俺には違う。どうしてみんなにクエシノンを教えていると思う？
気晴らし？
日を追うごとに我々の生きづらさは増すばかりだ。だが遊ぶと自分がアイヌであることが分かってくる。
おかげでわらべだった頃を思い出した。失ったと思っていた頃を。
己が何者か、時には立ち止まって向き合ってみるといい。
忘れないようにしておく。楽しかったぞ、アイコロ。
やあ、カッケマ。
It's funny because I wondered how I would open up more charm slots. You just keep going through doing these little side quests. And I guess they tell you what the reward will be if I actually pay attention to what's on the screen. But I'm sort of doing everything. I think once I might have passed up one where I was asked, did I want to do something? And I said, not right now, or I didn't have the time. And I don't always know whether you can go back to do some of the things that you pass up in the game. Like the Sumi painting, the first one doesn't appear on my map anymore. But the next one that appeared, I did. And now every time I see one, I'll do it. And it seems like the only missions that sort of auto start are the gold ones. All the other ones you have to initiate. So I'll keep that in mind for the future. I did auto initiate one. You guys will see a little bit later. I didn't intend to. Okay. We're following the bird. We saw him. We didn't want to, again, miss out on an opportunity. And there's my British version of Alexa making another notification that it does every time I'm recording. Hot spring, nice. World news is horrible enough. I don't need an update on it. That's for sure. It's funny. Some people playing the game, or at least one person I watched play the game, sort of is blurring out this part, the nudity. And the thing is, this is a rated M game. So I don't know why you would blur it out, because it's not really meant for kids in the first place. So if they're watching this and it's a rated M game and you're playing it for your audience and you know it's a rated M game, why bother blurring it out? I don't understand that. YouTube isn't going to, unless you say your video is made for kids, right? Maybe that's what they're doing, but I don't know why you would say a rated M video game is actually made for kids. So can't quite figure that out yet, but I'm still new to this YouTube stuff. Not new to gaming, but new to recording it for YouTube. So I don't really understand that logic. And it's not everyone that does it. It's one of my favorite content creators that does it, and I don't really know why he does that. Okay, so we got the hot springs, so we've increased our HP. I still feel like we're missing one hot springs from the very first area of the game. I did go back and find one or two, but I still think I'm missing one. And I don't know whether there's, I'm pretty sure I could probably find something that says here are all the hot springs in the game, here are all the charms in the game, that kind of stuff. I haven't looked for that. I think it's more fun for me doing this at the very end of the game. I'm not even sure I would do that unless somehow in the game's journal it says, oh, you got 92 out of 100. And so I'm missing 8, and I would want to go back and find it. I don't know that this game does that. I can't buy more sake because I don't use the sake that I have. I think sake is rice wine. I don't really like the way it tastes. So we can buy these masks.
この老いぼれ三郎の面があれば、もしかするとどちらも退けられるやも。
どこのドイツが石狩ヶ原を焼いてるって？
鬼と鬼面体だ。みな知ってる。
Yeah, this signifies that we're about to enter another area of the game.
面を作ってる。これからの旅に備えて一つ買ってはどうかな。もしくは
And it's initiating the Oni quest. Or Oni quest line. And the Oni wears, well, all of the Yotei 6 wear masks. I'll buy one, but you find them in the game. So I'm not sure. I think I've already found 1 or 2, but that I don't use. But I'll unlock him as a merchant. I'm not sure I need that.
小銭しか渡せねえぞ。
小銭でも腹にたまるもんを食えます。ありがてえ。
そこもと止まれ。
石狩ヶ原で休養がある。
手形がないのなら通せんな。
銭なら払うぞ。
いいから黙ってさっさと立ち去れ。二度も言わせるでないぞ。
手形なんぞ誰が持ってる？
手形がないんですかい？こちらへ。あの門番不満そうな顔をしながら、その実役得とばかりにふっかけてきます。
何様のつもりだ？
こんな時勢じゃ仕方がない。ともあれ受けたご恩には報いなくては。
どうしててめえが持ってる？
石狩ヶ原で材木を売って暮らしてたんです。こちらはすべて鬼に奪われましたが、そちらは事情がありそうだ。どうぞ用立ててください。
Gets a permit. I wasn't sure initially whether these guys were enemies or not, and whether I'd have to fight my way through this, but they're not. They're part of the rival faction to Saito's group. In a way, they're the good guys. The road to Ishikari Plain. So, I'm assuming like the previous game that once you unlock this other region of the game, you can still always go back to the prior region. So you don't have to worry about sort of maxing everything or doing everything. Before going to the next region. But you can start the next region just to unlock it and then go back and finish stuff in the old one. My initial plan, and it's still mostly my plan, is to unlock the various weapon types. Now I could get sucked into a quest before I do that, but I won't worry about sort of scouring the land for everything until I unlock those different weapon pieces. I don't have any idea where they all are. I mean, some of them have showed up in my little quest thing. Like the Kusurigama showed up, the bomb showed up. I don't have the bomb. I don't have the Kusuri. I don't have either one of those. All right, let's talk to this chap. Well, at least we're not fighting alone now. Now, let's see if I can remember how to switch from the katana to the double katana. Well, the double katana is pretty good against the single katana, apparently. I don't know why they would suggest that you would only use the katana against someone else with a katana. That's because I was doing it stupid aim thing with the weapon instead of just hitting X. Not X, square. That's it? Okay.
危うく関所が破られるところであった。なぜ万兵が少ない？
今朝遠兵が来る手はずだったのですが、一人も現れず。
何か
ひとまず我が兵を残しておく。拙者は遠兵を探す。お主、ついてこい。
仕事が終わったら稼ぎをもらうと決めている。
拙者は偽の手形で関所を抜ける賞金首を召し取ると決めている。
Burn.
だがこたびだけは許そう。他言無用。
ああ、行けばいいんだろ。
乗れ、流浪人。出かけるぞ。離れるでないぞ。
Come on, guy. I'm trying to
なぜ借り
scrounge.
物だと分かった？
蛇を切った怨霊に手形があてがわれたら拙者の耳にも入る。
知ってたのか？
噂は千里を走るぞ。鬼の首が目当てなのだろう。あやつ松前に戦を仕掛けてきた。鬼面隊はその手下だ。
だから鬼の目。あれは
殺された侍の鎧。我らを労するためなら鬼面隊は何でもする。馬の骸と松前の旗だ。
そら気の毒に。
骸を調べろ。手がかりになる。
広大に囲まれた難所の道。てめえの仲間はしてやられたな。
しかし骸は馬だけ殺すわけがないだろう。
足跡があるはずだ。生きてるならな。死んでいれば地下引きずった跡か。
では足跡を探そう。
おい見ろ、足跡だ。2組いたようだな。鬼面隊は捕虜を取るのか？
取れると見れば鬼は捕虜を散々恥ずかしめた挙句殺して衆目にさらす。急がねば。
It's interesting. I think you can do the Yotei 6 in any order. I think the Japanese actually pronounce this Yotei, but I've heard people call it Yotei, so I'm not sure what the real pronunciation is. I know it's not Yotai, which is the way I pronounce it very early in my first video.
お褒めの言葉などいるか？善意の方がいい。
松前の下で励めば益を賜れるぞ。
ゲッチもだろ。
There's a Japanese content creator who's actually playing this game right now. And he talks a lot about the culture, which is pretty interesting to hear from someone from Japan.
蝦夷地の出か。
問うてばかりだ。
ある女に似ててな。
好みじゃねえぞ。
何よ。
Initially, he was very critical of the story, but it's a game. I caution people and remind people it's a game. You know, I mean, Ghost of Tsushima took some liberties with took some liberty with the historical part or era that was in. I'm sure this is doing the same thing. Assassin's Creed does the same thing. It uses historical figures, and I don't know why people sort of fail to understand that. It's a game. All right, let me stop yammering. Oh, shit, this is horrible.
して死なせてたまるものか。ケドども死ね。バカが焼かれに来たぞ。
I wonder if I'm going to get one of those gunpowder thingies these guys use. Everybody has a shield. Damn. This is where that pole weapon would be helpful. Or the ability to jump would be helpful. Which I think is a technique of that pole weapon, so that doesn't mean you're here too early, it just means that it would be more helpful, because I think you can defeat these guys. Even if I didn't have a dual katana and I only had a katana, I probably would still be able to do this. It would just take longer. And I'd have to be much better at blocking and parrying. Definitely I'm going to need a charm that helps with parrying, because I suck at it totally. Okay, these guys with the arrows are annoying.
I
いらん。いや、すまん。これは拙者一人にやらせてほしい。
では、俺は食い物でも探してくる。昔語りでは鬼は人食いだったが、鮭か。炙って食えば腹は壊さねえだろ。火を焚いて待つか。さてと。
Yeah, I figured you guys don't need to see me starting a fire and cooking, so let's just sort of fast move right through that. Lord Kitamori.
鮭が好きだといい
が。ありがたい。その刀どこで？
ムクロからもらった。
偽りを申すな。
父のもんだが。
Oh my god, that's Jubei.
Atsu.
Oh, wow.
俺だ。弟の顔忘れちまったか。
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
人違いではなかった。
It's funny because in the cutscenes you don't see him at all. Actually, in the initial cutscene you only see her. You don't even see her parents.
侍が解放してくれたんだ。ハツ、死んだものかと生きていると知っていれば。
お母と音を埋めた後、幾日も木の下で待ってたんだぞ。
Okay, so she knew he was gone. All right. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because otherwise she would have buried him as well.
一月近くかかってしまった。また歩けるようになるまでに。けれども戻れずにいた。あの日以来、今もなお。だがまたこうして会えた。これまでのことを聞きたい。
Well, the story just got very interesting. I mean, it's already interesting, but mostly it was just a revenge tour for Atsu, and now adding her long-lost brother to the mix, who's part of the Matsumai clan now, makes it even more interesting, especially since she's an outlaw.
いやはや、まったく信じられん。関ヶ原の戦にあの圧が加わっていたとは。
負け戦だったけどな。
だがあそこにいた。俺とは大違いだ。
蝦夷地を出ればいい。
この命は松前と共にある。
どうしてあいつらの犬になった？
服をくれた。飯をくれた。この宮皆を守る手段をくれた。それゆえだ。圧も仕えたことはあるか？
使える？ねえよ。少し休め。
圧。
俺が番をする。ジュベ。ジュベ。
いびきは治らんな。
てめえは変わらず早起きだ。
馬のところへ行こ
置いてかれたかと思った。
う。約束しただろう。まずは石狩ヶ原へ連れて行く。それから征伐隊に加わるといい。
みたいなやつを受け入れると思うか。
俺が取りなそう。
俺もてめえも昔のままじゃねえ。妖帝6人衆が鬼が全て変えちまった。
That's a little bit of an oversimplified way of thinking that they would just automatically accept her. She's an outlaw and they're samurai. I mean, you'd think he'd know that. Like, really?
魚一匹食ったくらいじゃ重力とせは埋まらねえよ。
何を言いたい。また離れて生きるのか。
まずは石狩ヶ原へ行こう。その後はまだわからん。
Some well-disciplined horses that they don't just run off. Unlike the other Sucker Punch game, I think Red Dead was Sucker Punch. She doesn't have to feed the horse; it just takes care of itself. A song. I will not interrupt it. These Oni people are really, 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 really bad folks. I mean, they are merciless.
あと幾人の命を奪うのだ、鬼め。
ノロノロしてればまた二人。
そうだぞ。そっちの美男とやりたかったが、まあおめえでええ。
Is he the guy I bought the mask from? So the weapon switch in this fight is important because he's switching between the Kasurigama and a katana. I guess it's always better to block than not. I notice if I'm trying to I don't time the parries just right. Okay, did it that time. Okay. And if I'm smart, I would pick these things up that are around the arena and just toss it. It's not giving me time to reach one. There we go. Okay. That was one where I just picked it up and hit square. And that's what I should be doing every time, instead of trying to aim it. I don't think the game really tells you that. The game tells you here's how you aim and here's how you fire, when all you need to do is hit square. Oh no, now I gotta fight everybody? Are you serious? Yeah, I know how to block the fire arrows. Or maybe you block them the same way you block any other arrow. Okay, that's cool. Okay, we're done. Alright. I guess I can't really end suffering until I get rid of what's in my hand, apparently. Yeah, so let's get rid of that. Let's end this suffering, and then let's go.
松前の陣だ。あそこから鬼の根城がよく見える。
居所が分かってるならなぜ攻めない？
大筒もあれば高い城壁もある。城を守る鬼面隊もな。動くならばしくじるわけにはいかんぞ。北森殿、関所が奪われました。取り返した。どうしてくれ。ご沙汰がなかったゆえ、拙者は敵。
北森だと。
ああ、士官の折に名字を持ったんだ。その心は
北の守り手。
橋は仕上がりそうだな。間もなく松前城から火星が到着する。
鬼面隊に木材を盗まれなければとうに出来上がっていたのですが、
悩みの種は潰しておいてやったぞ。拙者と後ろの連れとでな。
どなたなのかと思っておりました。
生き別れの姉だ。
戯れがお上手だ。
Well, she told the truth.
拙者は和田様にご到着の知らせを。
おい、俺が連れだと。
では何と言って欲しかった。昔のままではないのだろ。
蛇を切ったものだとか言えたはずだ。
松前にとって蛇も怨霊も同じ穴のムジナだ。和田殿に中心して参る。悶着は避けろ。よいな。
おい、刀を刺した女、参れ。働かん者を迎え入れる余裕はない。刀を持つに値すると示せ。
竹を切れって。
黙って従えばよい。
ならこういうのはどうだ。竹は切ってやろう。だが俺の方が手早く済ませられたら何か褒美をくれ。
ほう、何を望む。
その兜。
よかろう。だが粗悪な竹はいらん。使えるよう切れ。
I assume I get unlimited tries, since that's the way all the other ones have gone. This is 3, 5, and 7. It must be always 3, 5, and 7. I shouldn't say that, because it could be 3, 5, 7, and then 9 later in the game.
なかなかだ。
お侍様、兜を。
いやしい流浪人め。
Okay.
何を見ている。手を動かせ。
Uh-oh.
和田殿、これが先ほどお伝えしたものです。仲間を殺めた鬼面体を成敗する様、それは見事でございました。
お主、あえて大事なところを省きよったろ
例えば
その首の賞金のことだ。石狩ヶ原に規律を制定するのは待つまい。蝦夷地の他の土地でお主がどう振る舞おうとな。もう一つ、お主は予定6人衆に劣るぞ。
Commander Wada is the uncle from the first game. He's being tough. Look, I saved your men, I saved your samurai, I've been fighting the Saito folks, and all I get is crap. Okay, you'll come begging me for your help later. Or I'll have to rescue you at some point later. Cool, no problem. I'll leave your stupid little camp. I just needed to get to the Ishikari Plain anyway.
来るな、十兵衛。そうせくな、和田殿を説き伏せる。そしてあいつの指図を受けろって。俺の目当ては鬼だ。お父の仇の。
She's got a point.
無策で城に突き込むのか、死ぬだけだぞ。
He's got a point.
城壁の外に位置がある。そこへ行け。
I'm guessing I'll see him again. I don't know whether he's going to be a part of my wolf pack, but I guess I'll see him again. Okay, we finally are making it to the Ishikari Plain. Malevolent Hunter. I guess that's my new rank, I guess. Seriously? Seriously? The colors in the game are as vibrant as they were in the first Ghost game. Ishikari Plain. So we finally made it to the next region of the game. I guess where we were was a transitional area. So we'll get some points of interest that I'm pretty sure we're gonna. Ah, okay. So that's where I get the Yari from. That's my next destination, the market. And that's where the Oni is. Good, my wolf is around. Okay, not my wolf. The wolf is around. Since we have this symbiotic thing going on, I will free his brethren, and he will help me from time to time. Okay, so we sort of see all the places we are going to be handling in the next episode or two. We have a couple of dueling trees as well. So this seems like a good place to actually wrap up. That's the Yari, where the Yari Master is. So we're going to wrap this video at this point. Thank you guys for joining me in episode number 4 of Ghost of Yotei. Okay, Jubei is part of my wolf pack, so we will see him again. So thanks again, and I will see you in the next video. Uploads every Tuesday and Friday. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and more importantly, subscribe for more videos like this. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.